When I say, who's the master? You say,
What is up, guys? Shonuff the King here, back with another video, and today we are doing a live reaction to Dragon Ball Heroes Episode 3. Man, it's been a wait. So this is just essentially the promotional animation that Bandai has been doing for the Dragon Ball Heroes video game that's over in Japan. So we've gotten some. This is not really canon, but it's been a while. It's probably been over a month since we actually got episode 2. So finally, episode 3 is online. I'm going to do my live reaction to it, and then I'm going to give you guys a full review on my thoughts on the actual episode. And with that being said, I thought I'd bring in Broly to help me do this review. You know, this my nigga right here. And if people don't know, this is the Dragon Ball North American Tour exclusive color Broly. I'll let you guys get a close up on that hair. Yeah, he that nigga. So, if you actually want to see a review of this actual figure, I'll attach it to the end of this video. You can click on the annotation, and you can definitely check out the review for that, or maybe I'll stick it on here right in the video itself. So we'll see about that. And also, before we get started with the live stream, with the live reaction / review, just a couple of housekeeping things. I'm not going to add the video to the bottom left, right, or whatever, because YouTube has been getting real serious about these copyright strikes. So I'm gonna do this live reaction, so you guys feel free to click on the actual video. Again, like I said, it's gonna be in the description below. You can watch along, you can watch later, however you want to do it. Again, these episodes tend to be about 10 minutes or less, so it's not like it's a big deal. It's not like it's like a full Dragon Ball Z episode, so no big deal. Also, me and one of my good friends started our own podcast, the Bag Nerd Podcast, focused on music, mostly hip-hop, but we also expand out to rock and other genres. Anime. We talk about anime all the time. What's hot TV-wise. What's coming up. What's already been out. Recommendations. We also talk about manga. We cover all of that. And if you're a gamer, we also talk about gaming. We talk about Xbox, PlayStation, top 5 Nintendo video games, like all of that good stuff. It's a lot of great content. I want you guys to listen to it. So the link to the podcast will also be in the description below. So, housekeeping out of the way, without further ado, let us jump into this review / reaction. You ready, Broly? Let's get it, nigga. So you guys can hit your play buttons in 3, 2, 1, go. I always find it funny how some of the action that you see in the actual opening of the actual thing is actually more hype than you actually get in the episode. Because the first 2 episodes were good, but it was very, very, very short. Like the anime, the fights were very like sparse and just like boom, 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 over. Like that Goku versus Super Saiyan Blue Goku versus Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I was really expecting that to be a lot better. You know, it was very brief, but it was very exciting, and it just goes to show that people are still pretty hyped about Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Some people even more so than Super Saiyan Blue. I still think Blue is stronger than 4, but I could see how that argument could be made about Super Saiyan 4 being stronger. Alright, so everybody should be at the promo right now. Yeah, so the episode is actually starting now. I find it crazy that this one person. Well, I guess that makes sense because we got evil Goku or evil Saiyan. I think that's what his name is. It's they don't really put a lot of creativity in these guys' names. I mean, he is just like, bro. You see this? He choking this. He choking this fool out. And this dude is like mad strong. Oh, right into the Powerball. Okay. Oh shit, here we go. I will say I also play Dragon Ball Fighters on play Xbox One. So if you guys also want to play that against me, you can find my gamer tag is Shownuff the King, ShowNuffDaKing. I actually downloaded Vegito Blue the other day, and I was playing with him. That dude gives fucking work. Okay. I mean, if y'all can't body this dude, I forgot about Golden Cooler. Vegito Blue Kaioken? Nigga. If y'all can't body this dude as Vegito Blue Kaioken, okay, this is ridiculous. How does somebody produce that? I just feel like Goku and Vegeta are so much alike that once they fuse with the Portas, that they should just be unstoppable. Like I just don't understand how somebody that's not even this base form has that kind of key that they can just wreck somebody like that. Like they're struggling. They're struggling right now. And this is Vegito Blue Kaioken. The fuck is that? Oh shit! Is he going grade 8? Oh, fuck. If y'all couldn't handle him, wow. I swear that fusion is just so. You know what? I'll wait. Okay. I will say, just seeing the game itself, it looks very interesting, and they must be making a killing off of these cards. Alright, so that's that for the episode. Now, let's jump into the actual review. So, the episode starts off, of course, with Evil Saiyan versus Vegito. He powers up into Vegito Blue. There's a brief confrontation. Said Evil Saiyan uses the concentrated moonlight to transform him into Monkey Evil Saiyan. That's the episode in a nutshell. But this is what I'll say about the actual episode itself. So, I think with the Broly movie that's coming out in January for the States, there's been a lot of controversy as far as like power scaling is concerned. Like, how does Broly... My bad, dude. My bad. I'm knocking Broly over. I gotta be careful about that. So, how does someone like Broly body Goku and Vegeta in Super Saiyan Blue without him just going Super Saiyan? And I believe that before I would believe something that I just watched, and I'll explain why. So when Broly, like, keep in mind, guys, Broly was never canon. So the stuff that we saw in the movie 8, where he was going against all the Saiyans, for all intents and purposes, you know, none of that was canon, but it gave a conceptual idea of what Broly was capable of. So let's go back and just briefly and talk about what Broly was capable of, and now it'll kind of make sense to where the point that I'm trying to make when it comes to Dragon Ball Heroes. So Broly, in that movie, it was essentially 6-on-1, and it was Piccolo, who had already absorbed Kami, Super Saiyan Vegeta, Super Saiyan Gohan, and this had to have been full power Super Saiyan, not Super Saiyan 2, but at least it was full power, because this happened supposedly between the Cell Saga. So the form that they would have been using would have been the Vegeta after the Cell Saga, or before the Cell, like in between the Cell Saga. Full power Goku, full power Gohan, future Trunks, Super Saiyan during the Cell Saga, and again, like I said, Piccolo. All of these guys are fighting. These are 4 Saiyans and a Super Namekian going against Broly at the same time. Like, we know that usually in Dragon Ball, fights are normally one-on-one because of the simple fact that Saiyans don't like to fight in groups. But the fact that they needed to tag team Broly, and it was 5-on-1, and he was still bodying them with little effort, is very telling. So the reason why I mention that is so that if you look at that and you go back to the Broly movie that's coming out in 2018, the fact that they're recreating Broly and powering him up so that he matches the current levels of the fighters now, like they did for the movie back then, makes perfect sense. Like, it makes sense that Broly would, it being the legendary Super Saiyan, would be able to stand up against Blue, Goku and Vegeta. Makes perfect sense. If you look back and see how they scaled it, the fact that it was 5-on-1 and he was still bodying them with little effort, it would make sense that he would still be able to body them in the current movie. Now, that being said, the whole Porta fusion, the Potara fusion, has been nerfed, because before the Potara fusion was supposed to be permanent. Now they've kind of retconned that and just said that it's not permanent. You get a time limit on it, and it looks like the energy that's produced from the two people are producing can shorten the duration of the actual Potara fusion. That's kind of what the new canon says, and we saw a little bit of that in the Tournament of Power, where Kefla used that against Ultra Instinct Goku. I felt like when it came to this episode that Kefla was stronger than Vegito in the same thing, just from the feats that we saw. Because in this episode, it's hard for me to just come to terms in my brain that a Vegito Blue Kaioken. Now, we don't know what Kaioken they used up to, but a Vegito Blue Kaioken is still on par with Evil Saiyan? Really? That just don't sit right with me. It just don't. Like, I'm like, to me, I'm like, Goku and Vegeta separately are some of the strongest fighters in the universe. And together, especially with their personalities, it should make them able to just pretty much body anybody. Like, we saw what Vegito Blue did to Zamasu, and he wasn't even using Kaioken at that time. So I just felt like, yeah, maybe Vegito Blue could have probably went toe to toe with Evil Saiyan. Keep in mind, Evil Saiyan didn't even use actual Super Saiyan. He was just base, and he was still getting bodied. I don't know how I feel about that, but animation was great. Sound quality was great. Again, the action was better than it was before, so I give it credit for that as well. I love the transformation to the monkey form. It looks great. It kind of looks, and again, Evil Saiyan looks like a mixture between Broly and Raditz. So I like the look of Evil Saiyan. I'm just not a fan of the whole power scaling that they're doing right now. But again, none of this is truly canon anyway, so it's not that big a deal. But just observation-wise, it was a decent episode. Nothing to blow your socks off or anything like that. Nothing that's going to shake the internet. But it was a solid episode. It was good. You enjoyed Broly? Yeah, you enjoyed it. So that's it for today's video. Make sure you guys rate, comment, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the podcast. Again, link to the Dragon Ball Super episode will be in the description below, as well as the link to the MagNerd podcast. I hope you guys get an opportunity to listen to it. Follow us on Instagram. I do a lot of toy photos. I post about video games and anime that's upcoming. So if you guys want to stay hip to these kind of things, follow the MagNerd podcast on Instagram as well as on Twitter. You guys have a great day.